We've had 150 years of doing something really well. That's not working so well anymore, and I think the future of our company is about sort of unlocking what that user need is. What we're trying to unlock is moving the words, customer centricity, which we know is important. What we're trying to unlock is how do you actually apply that in a real world setting. And so what we've found is lots of strategy doesn't necessarily help. And what we're trying now is to do lots of application. You can sort of get quite connected to doing what you want to do as opposed to what the users want to do.
Of course, it occurred to me being someone who came to this institution many years ago, and it was a polytech, that actually we've got a resource of both customers and designers just down the road, and maybe there's an opportunity to run some briefs past them, get some really good insight, and also get some design thinking woven in with that insight.
OpenLab is a studio within Massey University. We utilise design students alongside consultants and staff members to work on projects. The engagement with Post was a 1-week intensive pilot, brainstorms, user journeys, really covering the whole wall with ideas and insights around what Post could be.
I'll be honest, sort of half expected maybe to get delivered a whole load of quite aesthetic solutions with that. And probably 3 days into a 5-day project with 5 students was blown away really by the fact that they'd completely dissected the customer needs, their journey, and it opened up a whole world of sort of possibility with these guys. The big test, of course, was testing it on stakeholders within the business, and that went really well too. So that gave me the confidence really working with Anna to brief something into the design and business course. So the brief into that was really quite a big business problem rather than an aesthetic problem or a traditional design problem, and that was this idea of basically how could Post operate in a digital world.
You have a doctor to manage your health and a banker to manage your finance, so we thought, why not have somewhere that you can manage your information? An online data bank that empowers you to manage and control what you share and who you share it with, making mundane tasks easier, faster and simpler.
The joy of working with the students was really their ability to understand the value of going out wide, exploring the needs further and further, and in doing that we came around to much richer solutions.
Setting Kiwis up for life.
So we brought our group leadership team down to Massey and had a conversation about what they'd found, and I think it wasn't until we brought them into an environment where they could see young people who sort of still had an idea about how New Zealand Post would be relevant, using the ideas of design thinking in a way that they weren't it wasn't the words that get used in corporate land, it was the way in which they spoke them. That was the first time in probably a year of sort of having an idea about concepts and theories that they actually understood what we were finally on about. What we've realised is we don't have a lot of time, we've got a lot of insight, and so the job now is just punching through it.
We can form a brief, we can take it to the students, we can get a really great look at that specific part of the market and come up with some really innovative thinking.
So we're sort of going the other way, which is how do we try and take the words away and just get in front of users and actually open ourselves up to what they really think about the things we're thinking about really quickly. And that's really at its heart what design's about.
It made me feel like I'd actually done something important, when you just get a mark back, it's like you've obviously done the right thing in terms of your tutor, but when you actually get a whole bunch of people think you've done the right thing, it's
like validation of your client. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's this idea of keeping it real, it's getting a wide range of people involved in the design process, and by doing that you're really adding an immense amount of value, extra value to the design process.